Alright, what is up, you guys? So I'm back for another video, and I'm on the 750 XG750, and I just made the review video a couple minutes ago. So I thought that just checking the camera, I thought this would be a really cool time. But what I talked about in that video is about first bikes. I honestly, after riding this thing, is my thing beeping at me? I can't tell. I really think that this bike's a really cool first bike. And I usually always suggest the SV650S as a first bike. Now some people aren't into the sport bike world. I like sport bikes. I used to be in the sport bike world. I just couldn't do it anymore as an only bike, you know. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. That was a little baby one. But yeah, so this bike, it's a really cool first bike. It's something to get into the Harley world and the cruiser world. It sounds awesome. This one has a Bazzani slip-on if you haven't watched the review video. So again, let me get to it. The whole first bike thing, what you really want to do for a first bike is, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, sit yourself down. Don't talk to anybody else. Don't talk to your friends. Don't do anything. Sit yourself down and think to yourself about, how am I going to act? I was 18 years old when I first started getting on like road bikes. I actually had to sit myself, I test rode an R1, an R6 and everything, and I was in love, but I had to sit myself down and go, for my first bike, am I actually going to do this? Am I mature enough to really handle this? Like, am I going to be second, third week thinking that I'm the Valentino Rossi and I'm gonna do 200 on the highway and I'm gonna end up dying, you know? My manager, I work in the motorcycle industry, and my manager used to sell Suzuki's, and a kid for his first bike bought a Suzuki GSXR 750 and he died 2 weeks later because he's like, told his parents, he goes, listen, I'm not trying to be rude in any way or telling you how to raise your kid, but are you sure you want to do this? Because this is a lot of bike for a young kid. And I mean, that's what he was, 17-year-old, you're still a kid. I mean, hell, when you're 21 like I am, I'm still a kid mentally. But that's the thing is about like bikes, is you have to sit yourself down and go, hey, am I gonna be mature enough to actually handle a two-wheeled machine with all these people around you who, let's be honest, 90% of people that drive on the roads are on their phones, you know? I mean, most of the time, the way I usually ride is I'm looking at people's mirrors to see if they're on their phone, how they're going to react, what they're going to do. So you got to think, okay, I'm taking on this dangerous thing. I mean, let's be honest, motorcycle riding is a dangerous activity. So I'm going to be doing this dangerous activity. I have to clutch, shift, brake with both hands. So so all four of your limbs are doing something. So you got to do that. You got to have the brain power to do that, which it's surprisingly enough, it's easy enough. Then you got to say, okay, I'm going to do all this on the street with other people around, and then you're going to say, right, now let's add 200 horsepower underneath me and let's see how I do. You got to sit yourself down and go, am I mature enough for that? I sat myself down, looked at myself, and was like, no. And it was a good choice, because when I got my SV650S, 2 weeks later, I was doing 146, which is as fast as that bike can go. And I know, because I was on that river limiter for a good 2 minutes. Just go in full talk, going as fast as I can. So, not only are you risking, if you get a fast bike, not only are you risking yourself and your life, possibly someone else, because what happens if you hit a car, you get injected and you go into somebody's windshield? Those people, they're done. Because let's be honest, you're on a fast sport bike, you're going 140, 150, and these like R6s, R1s do that in third gear, maybe even second, depending. What are you doing? And like, I'm not a good influence because I just did stuff like that. That was stupid back then. But you evaluate your risk. Like, I'm not wearing riding pants and I'm not wearing riding shoes. I'm just wearing a jacket because it's cold outside, and I'm wearing a full face helmet because I motovlog. So you have to take a look at yourself and assess the dangers and say, am I going to be mature enough for this? Am I going to be, oh god, that's a speed bubble. Am I going to be okay with doing what I'm doing? And then, like I said, you got to take into that power consideration. So an SV650S, it's a V-twin. You get a lot of down low torque, but you also have a sport bike where you can go to track days, you can learn, you can race, you can have fun and figure out and kind of get used to how a bike handles. Or you can get something like this, which is a cruiser. You get on it, it gets a liquid cooled V-twin motor, and it's a Harley Davidson, and Harley will take care of you when you want to move up to something more powerful. You're cruising around, you're having fun, and one of the great things is if you start on something like this, you're still having that 90 degree, so you're still having that aggressive riding position, you're still having a bike that handles phenomenally, that sounds great like that, but yet you're not getting crazy power to hurt yourself, you're not losing it. And then if you think about it, let's say you buy an SV650S. They start at $2,700, let's say that. You can get them on the used market. So you want to buy an SV650S, and then what happens? You ride around, you drop it a few times, oh no, then you go to sell it. You can sell them for $1,500, $2,000. So you lose $700 trying to learn how to ride, right? Or maybe you wait until your tires go low, and then before you put new tires on it, you look at getting to $600, maybe $1,000. So then you sell on the market for $2K, you lose $750, then you go and buy an R6 or an R1 for $7,000, $10,000. You're mitigating the risk that you're putting yourself through. It's also going to help you financially, because then you're going to think, okay, I'm just spent $2,000. Instead of spending $10,000 instantly out the door, what if riding's not for you? You're going to be so upside down on that R1 because they do not, I can tell you now, sport bikes do not hold their value. I mean, what happens then? What if you want to move to something, a cruiser or something? So if you're on that Harley, like let's just use this, an XG750. Say you're on that Harley and you do want to go to an R1, right? You can trade this thing in for an R1 and swap it almost title for title. But what if you don't want an R1? What if you go back to Harley? Well, Harley's going to take care of you because you're already through Harley Davidson's financial program. And what if, say, riding's not for you when you have this thing and you want to sell it? Used market, these things pretty decent. And if you buy a used one of these, dude, you'll break out even on these things. I mean, they're just great. So first bike, you can go with an R3 or a 300, where you're not going to have fun. You can go to track days, you'll definitely learn how to ride. You can go to an SV650S, which top end, they're alright, but down low they have torque, so you actually feel comfortable and you really won't outgrow it too fast. Or you can get something like this, which is a XG750 or 750A, which handles better than this. And you're gonna have something that sounds cool, rides well, the modification world's there, and you have in goodwill with Harley. So if you want to, and you have equity, you actually have something that you could trade, swap, give up, and move the sport bike world if you wanted. Or you could keep it and you could have a cruiser that you could commute on every day, and then you could and then you have a sport bike that you want to have fun on and go take it to the track days or something. So this is definitely an option I would really like to look into. Is this the best sport bike? I mean, best starter bike in the world? I wouldn't say the best, but is it amazing? Yes. After riding this thing for about an hour and 20 minutes, 2 hours, this bike has changed my opinion on these. And I mean, if I have kids, or if I have my girlfriend say she wanted to start riding, I would buy her one of these before I'd go look anywhere else. I honestly get one of these over a Sportster because they're not as top heavy, so that's a whole nother story why Sportsters aren't the best starter bike. But yeah guys, that's the video for today. You all ride safe, ride easy, and I hope this helped your decision. Have a great day, guys. Bye.